Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before I begin, I'd like to offer my humble, most respectful obeisances of my heart-like flowers, of the dust of the lotus feet of my Guru, Nityalila Vishnu Astota Sata Shishima Bhaktivedanta Narayan. And at the same time, I offer my Kodi Kodi Danta Pranams, which is the lotus feet of my Paragurus, Nityalila Vishnu Astota Sata Shishima Shishima Bhaktivedanta Swami, and also to my Shishima sessions. Literally, Vishnu Bhaktivedanta Shishima Bhaktivedanta Swami, whose appearance day, Avirbhāva Mohotsava, is today, and it's the most auspicious day of my days, Tirobhava. So it's very difficult to speak in a short time about the glories of my Guru because his glories are unlimited. So I also do my Dandava Pranam and all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis and all the So, where to begin? My Guru, he appeared in a village in Bihar called Tirobhava, and he was born into a very high-class Brahmin family. He was born into a very high-class Brahmin family who were Ram Bhaktas, also worshipping Shiva. And Guru, his father used to take him to so many pravachans, and he used to relish the Hari Katha. So he entered family life, and he had a job in the police force, very high position there, and he would chant, becoming completely absorbed in Harinam. He's like 1 lakh Harinam. And when he was one day chanting, he became so absorbed that he completely forgot to go to work. Then, when he came out of his samadhi, then he realized, oh, I can go to work today. And he had a very important position, he had a very important job to do, one case, and they really needed his help on that. So then the next day he went, but he thought that they would be very upset and tell him, oh, he's fired, you're fired, you know. But actually, as soon as he walked in, then everyone would say, oh, Tiwariji, you've done such a good job. You solved the case, and the superintendent is so happy with you. You've got a big promotion. And Guru thought, how is this possible? I wasn't here yesterday. And then he saw that his signature was there in the register, and he wondered, what's going on? This is definitely my signature. I wasn't here. So then when he went back, he was contemplating, and he realized actually Krishna himself came and he took my position and he did my job for me. So then he thought, what is the need of doing such a job? No need. Krishna is my maintainer, Krishna is my protector. So my only service is to chant the holy names and glorify him. So his plan was to give up everything, and later on, there was one case, one file that was lost in the office, and no one could find it. Everyone was searching frantically for it. Then finally they asked, Dewarji, please help us. We cannot find this file. It's a very, very important file. We need your help. He said, oh, but it's not in my office. It's not in my department. He said, still, please, you can help. So he said, okay. Then the Buddha said a prayer, and he prayed. He made a vow. If somehow my hand touches that file, with my eyes closed, I find that file, then I will give up my family, I will give up my home, I will give up my job, everything, and surrender to Krishna. So he did like this, chanting Sitaram, 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 and then he placed his hand down, pulled the file out, and he said, is this it? What you're looking for? They looked. Oh, yes, this is it. Said Tiwariji has found the file, and they were praising him, saying, yes, you've done it. Our lives are saved. So they were dancing ecstasy. And Buddha, he wasn't dancing in ecstasy with them, he was just simply sitting and with eyes closed, very grave, thinking, okay, I made this vow, so Krishna fulfilled his desire, and I must now surrender to him, I must give up everything. So, very shortly after that, Buddha got a letter after meeting after meeting him, then he was invited to Namdudam Parikrama, and Buddha thought, yes, I must go. Now is the time. So, in the middle of the night, he left his home, left his family, left everything. So, practically nothing with him, went on the train all the way to Napwi and arrived in the middle of the night. It was very dark. And when he arrived, he thought, I don't know where Devananda is. I have no idea. Who is there to ask? So it was very dark on the platform, no one was there. He thought, okay, maybe I should just stay the night here. And then he stepped out and he heard this voice, Tiwariji, where are you? Is there anyone here called Tiwariji? And who is that? Calling my name, who could it be? So then he approached that person, and then someone suddenly said, oh, are you Tiwariji? He said, yes, my name is Tiwariji. And he said, who are you? Oh, my name is Sajak Seva Brahmachari. And he said, oh, why are you looking for me? Oh, my Gurudev ordered me to come here and take you to the mat. So he said, oh, Gurudev, that's amazing. And he thought in his mind, I didn't tell anyone, I didn't write any letter that I'm going, nothing. How will he know? How does Raj know? So then he understood that this is his Guru Maharaj calling him personally and sending his very near and dear disciple to fetch him. So they went and he met his Guru Maharaj for the first time, and he completely surrendered to him. He took Harinam, then later Diksha, and later he was given sannyas. So Gurudev, he was very, very near and dear disciple of his Guru Maharaj. He had so much Guru Nishta. He always said that Guru Nishta is the backbone of Bhakti. So this Guru Maharaj put him in charge of Shri Keshaji Bodhi Mat in Mathura, and he trained the brahmacharis up very strictly, and no one could escape going to Mohotsava. They would be coming to their rooms and telling them, hey, get up immediately, and if they didn't, then water, like that. Anyway, he trained all the brahmacharis up very, very nicely. They learned so many slokas, they learned all tapas and dance. And then later we know that Gurudev himself, he traveled and preached all over the world. Actually, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he invited Gurudev to come to the West and assist him in his preaching. But he said at that time, my Guru Maharaj is giving me this service to look after Keshaji Bodhima, so not possible. But he always kept this in his mind that I must go. And then time came in 1996 when he was invited by some Prabhupada disciples, others, always asking, please come, please come. There's so many disciples of Srila Prabhupada and so many devotees around the world, and they're feeling like so dry in their hearts. They are needing so much inspiration from you. So he first went to Holland, which is called Holy Land, and then he went to England. I first met Gurudev in actually 1994 in Devananda Bodhi Mat, and my friend who introduced me to Gurudev at that time, and she said, oh, my Gurudev is coming, and you must come and meet him. So I went, and he was giving lectures near Bhaktivedanta Manor, where I lived previously. And then I went to his lectures. He was speaking on Shikam Charanagata, his song by Shivanaratam Das Thakur. And then he came to the line, Prema Bhakti Yaha Oti Abhijya Vinasayati. He said, what comes first is that Bhakti comes into your heart, and then all anarthas or ignorance is cleansed. Or is it that all anarthas and ignorance is cleansed from your heart, and then Bhakti will come? So the devotees were wondering and giving answers, and most were saying, oh, it must be that first our heart has to be thoroughly cleansed before Bhakti will come. And Gurudev said, no. Why is it that Narottam Das Thakur said first Prema Bhakti Yahati, then Abhijna? It means that first Bhakti will come, and then all anarthas like lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, pride, malice will be completely cleansed in the heart. So when I heard this, I was very impressed. Then by Shamarani Didi's mercy, I got personal darshan with Gurudev. And my first question I asked him, I said, how do you know, how do you recognize who is your guru? And Gurudev gave a long answer, but he said, you cannot go and search and find Guru yourself, but he will come directly to you. He will come knocking on your door. So then I was thinking, yes, okay, you've come to me, maybe you're my guru. The next day I had darshan, and I was married before, and with my former husband, and I felt so much compassion coming from Gurudev towards my former husband, and then also towards me. And when I felt this wave of compassion, my heart started melting, and I started to think, I've been searching for Guru for some years, but I never saw a Guru like this. I always wondered, what does it mean to meet a pure Vaishnava? And then I thought, okay, now I know. Pure Vaishnava. So then, at that time, Gurudev said, he said, if you want initiation, I'll give you initiation. So of course, I accepted. I took initiation, and by Gurudev's mercy, he dragged me all over the world. I was able to go on his world tours from 1996 to the time he left this world, 2010. And then I thought, in 1998, I thought, I'm missing out sometimes Gurudev when he's not traveling. I would go every Kartik or go every Navadvip Parikrama and to Braj, to Navadvip. But I thought sometimes Gurudev is there, there's Rupani, there's Julan Yatra, there's Janmastami, Radhastami. I thought if only I could live in Vrindavan. Then, after, during Kartik, 1998, doing Parikrama, praying, I just want to live in Vrindavan, I just want to live in Vrindavan. Then I came back, came straight up to Gurudev's room, sat right in front of him, and Gurudev said, what is it you want? And I said, I just want to live in Vrindavan. And after a few questions, he said, okay, well, what about your husband? I said, he won't mind. Okay. How will we be maintained? Somehow I will be maintained. And then Guru said, okay, you can live in Vrindavan forever. So I was fortunate that I got Guru's association in Braj, and I was able to continue traveling with him. And when traveling on all his world tours, he would ask me to do dramas very often, and many exchanges with him over different dramas I did, but I'll only tell one just last. Okay. So we were in Goa, and Gurudev wanted us to do a drama, but then, if you got anything wrong in the drama, Gurudev would tell, he would chastise after the drama. So then we always try to make sure everything is right. So then I had this one question I wanted to just make sure I got it right. So then Gurudev was actually, it was when Giridhari Bodhi Mat was being built. So Gurudev was staying outside. And then I wanted to go and see Gurudev, but we weren't letting anyone see him. And he was saying, Gurudev's very sick. So I didn't know what to do. And the dramas had to be performed in the next day, the day after, good days. So then I thought, you know what? That night I went to sleep, and I was thinking what to do. So then, in a dream, Gurudev came to me, and he said, yes, what is it? And I said, yes, I have a question. So I asked the question in the dream, and Gurudev gave me an answer. And I was like, okay, is that it? And then I woke up from the dream, and I remembered everything, the question, everything very clearly. But then I thought, well, that was in a dream, I'm not sure if that's right. So I wasn't sure if that was completely reliable, if it was my mind or what, and I don't know. So then I thought, you know what, I'll just have to go and ask Gurudev anyhow. So then I went, and Gurudev was going to be coming out to give class, so I got there just before, and Gurudev saw me and he started smiling. And then I said, what is it? Just like in the dream. Like he knew, and I asked the same question. And then Gurudev gave exactly the same answer. Exactly. It was like word for word. So then I thought, okay, why did I have any doubt? So, and Gurudev was smiling all the time. So like this, many exchanges, Gurudev said, always know that I'm with you, I will never leave you. Gurudev said that I'm eternal. So if you have any questions whatsoever after my departure, then you can ask. Just like after my Guru Maharaj left, then I asked so many questions, or he said even when he was present, he wasn't directly with him, he asked so many questions. And somebody said sometimes I ask questions to Rupa Goswami, to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to so many others, and I get answer. So like this, Gurudev said that you can ask me anything, and I will perfectly answer you. And I have seen, and so many others, my godbrothers and godsisters have seen that in our lives. Any question, Gurudev is answering. So I'll finish there because time is going. And just one thing about Srila Ramakrishna, that because it's his appearance day today, that he, Srila Tirobhava and our Gurudev, they were known as the three pillars of Gaudiya Samiti. And after the departure of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, then Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj was meant to be Acharya. But Srila Vamana Maharaj was so humble that he didn't feel qualified to take this position. So he was saying, oh, to Srila Prabhupada, you should take. And Srila Prabhupada was saying, no, you should take. Then Srila Maharaj was saying to Gurudev, oh, you should take this position. And Gurudev said, no, yeah, you're most qualified. So like this, they were quarreling, not who should be Acharya, I should be Acharya, I'm most qualified, but they were quarreling, no, I'm not qualified, you should be, like this. So in the end, Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj said, actually, what does Acharya mean? Acharya means to be servant. So if you accept me, if I can serve you somehow, then I may accept this position, otherwise not, because I only want to serve you. I only want to serve everyone. So this is his humility. And Srila Vamana Goswami showed in his life how to serve him when he was a child. He came very young to the mat and he was serving everyone, all the brahmacharis, sannyasis, everyone coming to the mat in so many ways. And he also, and last thing, he also, he had such Guru-nishtha, he had such deep desire to serve that even one time when he had a very high fever, he was in his bed and he couldn't move. Can you imagine a fever of 104 degrees? He could not move from his bed. So sick. But yet, when his Guru Maharaj said, hey, get up and immediately. 150 devotees have just come to the mat and you have to go and cook and serve them. He didn't hesitate for one moment. He didn't think, oh no, I'm so sick, such high fever, how is it possible? Immediately, he forgot everything and he got up from his bed and he went into the kitchen and cooked very quickly in the middle of the night. This was very early hours in the morning. These people have come so late. So cooking, so many preparations, and he served them so nicely, cleaned up everything, and then Gurudev said he again fell sick and went back to his bed. So from Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj, we can learn really humility and how to serve. From my Guru to Bangla Swami, they had so much Guru Nishta. So I'm praying on this day that if I could get even one drop of the Guru Nishta that my Gurudev has, Bangla Swami Maharaj has, then my life will be a complete success. So I'm praying for this, and also praying that I can get one drop of the humility of my Gurudev, Bhagavad Swami Maharaj. How Gurudev, he always said, I'm just like a dry straw, I have no bhakti, I have no qualification, I don't know anything. But my Gurudev has given me order and inspiration to travel and preach all over the world, and so many are coming to hear from me. And actually, if even one person has some greed and takes what I'm speaking into their heart and has some realization of this, then my mission will be a success. So I pray on this day that I can realize even one drop of what Gurudev is giving. So deep, Tapasiddhanta, so very deeply in the guitar. But what was he planting in our hearts? He was planting this deep desire to attain the position of Radharasham. He would say, what do you want? Do you want to be a Saka? Like Sridhar, Subal, Madhamangal? No, Gurudev, you don't want that. Okay, do you want to be a mother? Like in Vatsalyaras, like Yashodamaya? Or you can feed Krishna, give him presents, you can chastise Krishna. Oh, how nice. No, Gurudev, we don't want that. Okay, do you want to be like a queen in Dwarka? Like Satyabhama or Rini or any other? No, Gurudev, we definitely don't want that. Okay, what do you want? Oh, Gurudev, we only want to be the Dasi of Srimati Radhika. That's all. So this is what Gurudev came to give, and this is what Gurudev came to plant in our hearts. And if in chanting, in doing Bhakti mantras, in serving, we always remember this is our goal and always aspire for this, and our life will be a success. So, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Nityalila Krishna Vishnu Pad, Astata Sati Shishimad, Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Narayana Swami Maharaj Ki Jai, Nityalila Krishna Vishnu Pad, Astata Sati Shishimad, Bhakti Vedanta, Srila Ramana Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shinidai Gaur, Premanandi, Vanchakapa Purushtaka, Vaishnavedika, Ananta Puro, Vaishnavedika.
Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaye Priyatma Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namah. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So today is a very, very auspicious day. It is the divine disappearance of my Gurudev, Nityalila Prabhu Mashtotra, Sata Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and also it is the appearance day of Shri Srimad Vaman Goswami Maharaj. So, just like to read some special prayers. Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Braja Rasa Rasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapannam. I surrender myself and offer prayers to that most exalted Shri Guru, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, who is the best among the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami and who is always absorbed in relishing the Vrajarasa. Vrajarasa Rasikam and Sri Rupanuga Prabharam. That means he is the best of the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. Sri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prashtaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam Cha Kripa Muktim Narayanam. I worship the lotus feet of Sri Guru, Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, who in this world is most dearly loved by Sri Ramana Bihari. He is the embodiment of mercy and bestows the treasure of Rupanuga Bhakti. So, he is very dear to Sri Raman Bihari, and if you are not aware, they are the deities established in Delhi. If you go to our Gaudiya Math, so there you will find the deities of Sri Raman Bihari. And then Sri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham. Okay, I didn't read the full translation. So, Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, who in this world is most dearly loved by Sri Raman Bihari, is the embodiment of mercy and bestows the treasure of Rupa Nuga Bhakti. So, mercy is available from various sources, starting from the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, Srimati Radharani. But for us who are in a very fallen condition, where is mercy available or most easily available? It is from our Srila Gurudev. So Gurudev is an embodiment of mercy, because it is very difficult to approach Sri Radha and Krishna directly, and it's never recommended also. So this way we understand that by approaching a bona fide Sadguru, then that mercy becomes very easily available. One example we can think of, if you want to tap electricity, can we go to a 440 volt line and then try to tap the electricity? No. It is very, very unapproachable and we can die. So, if somebody is thinking, I can directly get the mercy of, Sri Krishna, it is like the 440 volt line. You can never approach it, never, touch it, never utilize it. But when that same electricity is stepped down, many times, then when we have the ordinary power line, and then when we get the connection from there, then our whole house can be illuminated and it can use that electricity. So similarly, when we approach the Sadguru, the bona fide, Gurudev, then that mercy becomes very easily available. Okay. Sri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham Audharya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varamarinyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirasanamami. So, O Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, you are most expert in describing Krishna Leela, and you are fully endowed with qualities of magnanimity and sweetness. So what is magnanimity called? Audharya. What is sweetness called? Madhurya. So the Supreme Lord, he has got three different types of moods. So the first mood is sweetness, Madhurya. So Sri Krishna represents that mood, and when Bhagavan comes in the form of Sri Krishna, that sweetness is fully soaked in his personality. So that famous verse we all know, Adaram Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram. Yes, so everything about Krishna is fully sweet. Then the second aspect of Bhagavan is Aishwarya. So when somebody goes to Vaikuntha Loka and approaches Lord Narayan, so that Lord Narayan is fully is present, that is Aishwarya is present. So when Aishwarya becomes predominant, we see Bhagavan in the form of Lord Narayan. When Madhurya becomes very prominent, we experience Bhagavan in the form of Sri Krishna and Audarya. So when magnanimity becomes very prominent, so how do we seek or how do we realize Bhagavan? As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are the three main qualities: Aishwarya, Madhurya and Audarya. So our Gurudev was very expert and he was fully endowed with these qualities of magnanimity and sweetness. So we understand that the pure devotees, so they imbibe the qualities of Sri Krishna, and especially these two qualities were quite present in Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And just one incident I like to tell. So much we can talk about Srila Gurudev. He is an ocean, and so we are just going to take a drop and try to. So in 2010, we were very fortunate to have the association of Srila Bhagavat Maharaj. So that time he had come to Kagadaspura and he was actually staying with us. And so he gave us so much of gyan, and he was the one who told us, this year do not miss going to Vrindavan. That is when in 2010. He said, this is the last year that you are going to see of Srila Gurudev. Because there was so much of speculation going on that Srila Gurudev would leave on the same day as the disappearance day of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj and Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. So somehow, we were able to go to Vrindavan that year and then attend the Kartik Parikram. Yes, Kartik Parikram. So, but Gurudev is very, very clever, and he did not want to be giving any type of impediment to the Kartik Parikram. So he chose not to leave his body. And then, according to the advice of the doctor, it was getting too cold in Govardhan. So according to the advice of the doctor, they took Srila Gurudev, all his personal servants. So they took him to that is Jagannath Puri. So that Jagannath Puri is called Vipra Lampadam. So where even our great Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present throughout his life after he took sannyas, so that he could experience the mood of separation. So that is where Gurudev finally decided to end his pastimes. And as I said, there is only one pastime, which was again narrated by Srila Bhagavat Maharaj to us. And so this was probably year 2009 or 2008. And so the Kartik Parikram was going on then. And suddenly one morning, the Pujari from Seva Kunj, so that Pujari is one of the senior Pujaris there. So he came and he was waiting outside, what was the name of that place?
Gopinath.
Gopinath Bhavan, yes. So he came to Gopinath Bhavan because that is where Gurudev was there and he was giving classes and all that. So some of the senior devotees met him and he said, I want to meet Srila Gurudev, urgently. So then they informed Srila Gurudev, and then Gurudev came, and finally the Pujari met him, and he fell down, took his, darshan, obeisances, paid his obeisances, and then he had brought some very special prasadam from Seva Kunj, and he handed it over to Gurudev, and then he told very, very astonishing thing. So he said, just like Mataji was mentioning about a dream, so similarly he said, yesterday night, Srimati Radharani appeared in my dream, and she instructed me that you have to go and take this prasadam and honor my very dear devotee. So this was the personal, what you call, order of Srimati Radharani. So immediately taking that order on his head, the Pujari had come, and then he met Srila Gurudev, and everybody became so overjoyed to hear this, and all the devotees realized how close our Srila Gurudev was to Srimati Radharani. So this was not any ordinary thing that could happen to any ordinary guru. So such was his really elevated position, and so we all felt so enlivened and so enthused. And then anyway, that year we did go, we attended the parikram, and then when we got the news of Srila Gurudev's departure, that time literally the whole mutt was empty. So everybody, we booked the flight, that early morning flight from Bangalore to Kolkata. And then when we went there, and then we were there, and Srila Gurudev's divine body was brought. They actually drove from Jagannath Puri to Kolkata, and then they reached Navadvip Dham, and then they had kept his body there. And recently, our Bhaktivedanta Tridandi Maharaj had told me that you can realize Mahabhagavat, okay, a very, very pure devotee, by understanding. So when you see his body after he has left, okay, this planet, so you can see how that body is so supple and does not undergo any of the material changes. So normally what happens when a person dies, within 4 or 5 hours, what you call, there is that rigor mortis that sets in, and then the body becomes very stiff. But even after that 10-hour drive, okay, from Puri to Navadvip, and then he was there. All night he was there, his body was there, and in the morning also. So, I was very unfortunate because we could never go and interact with Gurudev in a very personal manner, so that we were not so fortunate. But at least I could, touch his body. So many times I went, and it was as soft as butter. So as soft as butter. And even the next day, when they, so that was when they actually put his legs and in Padmasana, and then they took him to all the parikram around Navadvip, and then finally he was given samadhi in the temple there. So with this, I'd like to end my presentation. Mancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu bhayavcha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Dhanavad to all the Vaishnavas.
हिंदी में बोलो थोड़ा, हिंदी बोलेंगे।
चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुदेवचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदाय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हे श्रीगुरुज्ञानदीनबन्धु स्वान्तराततरुणैकसिन्धु वृन्दावनासीनहितावतार प्रसीद राधा प्रणयप्रचार कुछ महिमा सुन रहे थे भक्तों के कमल से। हाँ, मेरे को गुरु जी का संग 2005 में मिला। मैं ना चाहते हुए भी जबरदस्ती मेरे को गुरु जी से दीक्षा मिला, हरि नाम मिला। That was the fortunate thing. And later, from Guruji's from Vaishnava's order, Guruji हिंदी गुरुजी ने मैं जब पहली बार आया था 2005 में बैंगलोर में, उस समय मैंने पहली बार एक गुरुजी को एक प्रश्न पूछा, गुरुजी आपकी जो शिष्य में बैठा है, क्या ये सब गोलोक वृंदावन जाएंगे जो आपसे दीक्षा लिया है? तो गुरुजी बोलते हैं नहीं, सब लोग नहीं जाएंगे। कोई स्वर्ग जाएगा, कोई मुक्ति लोक जाएगा, कोई कैलाश जाएगा, कोई वैकुंठ जाएगा, कोई द्वारका जाएगा, कोई अयोध्या जाएगा, कोई गिने चुने गोलोक वृंदावन जाएगा। ऐसे बोले थे गुरुजी। तो गुरुजी बहुत सारे प्रश्नों का उत्तर दे रहे थे। जब गुरुजी आए थे, उस समय बहुत सारे गुरुजी के चरणों में उपस्थित होने के लिए बहुत सारे स्कूल वाले आए थे, और जो भी आए थे बहुत सारे लोग गुरुजी की आशीर्वाद हो गए। उसके बाद गुरुजी 2007 में भी आए थे, और गुरुजी 2010 में भी आए थे। उसके साथ साथ माता जी भी थे उस समय, वो माता जी भी थे। She has also come with the Guruji. Every time she used to come with Guruji, and she used to distribute the books for Gurujis. And Guruji used to say, always distribute my books like Prabhupada books were distributed. Prabhupada books had प्रभुपाद जी का बुक्स जो थे, ग्रंथ जो उन्होंने अनुवाद किए थे, वो जो किए थे मानो स्कूल के लिए थे। स्कूल की मतलब एक से 10 के साथ कक्षा, और थोड़ा आगे बढ़ने के लिए जो भी माने ग्रेजुएशन, मास्टर्स, PhD जाने के लिए उन लोगों को गुरुजी जो अनुवाद किए थे गोस्वामियों का ग्रंथों का, उस गोस्वामियों का ग्रंथों का अनुवाद करके हम सबको प्रदान किया गुरुजी, ताकि हम लोग उस स्कूल से आगे बढ़े। माने यही नहीं है, और आगे बढ़ते जाए हम लोग। जैसे स्कूल आप लोग माता पिता हर समय चाहते हैं बच्चे केवल 10वीं कक्षा तक रहे, नहीं कुछ बने, है ना? ऐसे ही गुरुजी चाहते हैं हमारे शिष्य लोग असल में जो ठाकुर जी के राधा कृष्ण की कुछ बने। उसमें वो उनका मुख्य उद्देश्य था, गुरुजी का मुख्य उद्देश्य था। तो आप लोगों का जो लक्ष्य है जो राधा दास से बनने, लेकिन वो बहुत कठिन है, इतना आसान नहीं है। राधा दास से इतना आसान नहीं है, बोलने में आसान है, लेकिन वो बहुत दूर की बात। जैसे उसे रूप गोस्वामी बात जो लिखा है, उसी को जो हमारे गुरुजी ने अनुवाद किया हिंदी में, उसमें बोलते हैं आरो श्रद्धा तो सात संज्ञा तथा भजन क्रिया करते निष्ठा जिस तथा भाव तथा जिस तथा आसक्ति तथा भाव तथा प्रेमा बुझान चले साधका नाम टाइम प्रेरणा प्रार्थना भवेत क्रम। ऐसे एक एक स्तर पर पार करते हम आगे बढ़े। प्रेम तक आएंगे, लेकिन प्रेम तक आने के बाद भी प्रेम केवल प्रेम ही नहीं है, उस प्रेम के आगे भी है स्नेह, प्राण, मान, राग, अनुराग, भाव, महाभाव। हम लोग तो केवल प्रेम जान रहे हैं, बस कृष्ण प्रेम, भक्ति प्रेम, प्रेम भक्ति। लेकिन गुरु जी की जो ट्रांसलेट हुए गोस्वामी का बुक से अनुसार हम उससे हमको मिलता है कि वो भी आगे है, इतना आगे। जो व्यक्ति राधा दास्यम को पाने के लिए इच्छुक है, जो साधक, उसको महाभाव प्रेम तक आना ही पड़ता है। उससे नीचे चला गया तो वो पट्टम निश्चय चला गया, पट्टम निश्चय मतलब उससे नीचे में आ गया तो वो और दूसरा में चला जाएगा, मैंने वात्सल्य भाव में आ जाएंगे, बाद राधा महिषी में आ जाएंगे, बाद में और नीचे चला जाएगा। मैंने लक्ष्य, गुरु जी बोलते थे लक्ष्य हर समय आपको उस लक्ष्य को रखना है जो उत्तम है। जैसे हम बच्चे को MBBS तक लक्ष्य रखते हैं या PhD का लक्ष्य रखते हैं, लेकिन होगा कि नहीं भगवान जाने, है ना। लक्ष्य तो रखते हैं, उसके लिए तो प्रयास करते रहते हैं। ऐसे ही लेकिन जितना मात्रा में प्रयास होता है, जितना मात्रा में आप लोग आगे बढ़ सकते, उतना मात्रा में वो पहुंच सकते उसका लक्ष्य। लक्ष्य को केवल हम लोग बोलेंगे मैंने ये पाना है, इससे नहीं होगा। उसको पाने के लिए, उस लक्ष्य को पाने के लिए उस ऐसा प्रयत्न भी होना चाहिए हमारे अंदर। गुरु जी तो हर समय कम से कम 1 लाख का हरिनाम करते थे। बाद में ऐसा वो ये किया, मैंने गोवर्धन में जाके 3 लाख हरिनाम कर दिया। तो कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस हो गया मन में, इसके कारण गोवर्धन में जाके हरिनाम करने लगे 3 लाख। सब लोग ढूंढने लगे कहाँ गया। जहां हमारे गोवर्धन का मठ है उसी जगह पे जाके करना, उसी जगह पे जाके करना। तो उसके बाद में उसी जगह पर एक मंदिर बना, गिरिधारी होगी जो गिरिराज की तरह है। तो गुरुदेव बहुत ही कठोर था शिष्यों के साधन में। माने ऐसा नहीं कि लूज छोड़ते थे। मैंने एक शिष्य को उनका मुझ से सुना था, वो सुबह उठ नहीं रहे थे, आरती में तो वो जाके सीधा लात मार दिया। माना ऐसा बच्चे था उस समय। गुरु जी ने सीधा लात मारा, उधर जाके मन दूर जाके उठता नहीं, वो खुद बोला मैंने ऐसा गुरु जी शासन कर रहे हैं। मैंने प्यार से बोल रहा था, ऐसा नहीं उसके ऊपर रखिए। तो गुरु जी का बहुत सारे बोलने का है, ठीक है, पर संडे प्रोग्राम में कुछ आगे हम लोग सुनेंगे। बस इतना बोलते हैं। वाचा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। शिवांजे ब्रजरम्ये गोवर्धनो विलोसदा राधा वन्दे स्वानन्दे दत्तसेवा प्रदाय प्राणस्मृतिमात्रेण दामोदर प्रसिद्धि। शासन करना और प्रेम करना, दया करना। गुरुदेव दयामय है, गुरुदेव दयामय। तो शासन करना अलग हो गया, लेकिन सच्चा जो प्रेम करता है वो शासन करेगा। हाँ, जो सच्चा प्रेम किसलिए होता है? शासन। क्यों? गोस्वामी महाराज ने एक ग्रंथ में लिखते हैं, कारण है मातृकोटि मतलब गुरु का दायित्व साधारण। तो आज वामन महाराज जी का आविर्भाव भी है। गुरुदेव तब ब्रिटिश जमाने में 1921 बॉर्न, और वो भी मौनी अमोनी। मौनी मतलब कभी कभी गंभीर, जगन्नाथ जी क्या है, गंभीरा है। महाप्रभु का विप्रलंब स्थान है। तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु जैसे विप्रलंब स्थान में विप्रलंब से शरीर छोड़े, तो गुरुदेव का भी शरीर छोटा साधारण नहीं है। भागवतम में लिखा है, कृष्णे स्वधाम भगते धर्मज्ञानामीश करोदशा पुराणम लोक। गुरुदेव साधारण नहीं है, उसका देह भी साधारण नहीं है। जो महाभागवत होता है वो उसका शरीर साधारण नहीं होता, वो विप्रलंब में ही शरीर छोड़ता है। जैसे एक बार महाजन भी जब शरीर छोड़ते हैं तो उनके हाथ में होता है। भीष्म पितामह 6 महीने तक बाण की छाया पर लेटे रहे, लेकिन शरीर नहीं छोड़ा। देखिए आज वामन महाराज जी का आविर्भाव है, और गुरुदेव को कैसे मालूम कि इसी दिन शरीर छोड़ना चाहिए? क्यों? वो साधारण नहीं है, वो जीव तत्व नहीं है। मौनी जन्म कैसा है? जन्म भी मौनी अमौनी। मौनी मतलब पार्वती अलग रूप से राम के पास गई और कहा, तो शिव जी जो है जब वापस आई तो शिव जी कुछ बोले ही नहीं, लेकिन बहुत गंभीर हो गए, मौन हो गए। तो ये मौनी अमोशा जो है साथ में एक बार आती है, और उसी दिन गुरुदेव का जन्म। अब शिव भी साधारण नहीं है, हलाहल समुद्र का विष पीने वाले। तो इस प्रकार से वामन महाराज जी का आविर्भाव, और वामन महाराज भी कोई साधारण नहीं है। सज्जन सेवक छलयसि विक्रमणे बलिअद्भुत वामन पदनख नीरजनित जगपाल केशवधृत वामन रूप जय जगदीश हरे। जिनके नख कमल से गंगाई आ जाती है, और वृंदावन तो आप जानते हैं उनके बिहारी गंगा निकली चरणों से कहते हैं ना। तो ऐसे नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज भी साधारण नहीं है। शास्त्रों में बोला है, यद गीता में भी भगवान बोलते हैं, यद करोसि यदस्मिन् यद जोषि तदयत् शुद्ध तत्कर्म। तो जितने भी यज्ञ दान कोटि सुवर्ण गायों को मुड़ी हुई, कितनी कोटि गैया, आजकल तो एक गाय दान देना भी लोगों से होता नहीं, ये साधारण काम है। तो कोटि उसका जो फल है एक हरिनाम से होता है। तो लेकिन हरिनाम से भी एक साधना है, लेकिन जब विशेष कोई सत्यनारायण सदगुरु, तो विशेष कोई है जो जानता है कि राधा कृष्ण की नित्य माधुर्य में महिमा का जो मंजरी भाव स्वरूप जो है, हमारे जितने भी गुरु भक्ति सिद्धांत प्रभुपाद के गण भी हुए, ये सब रूपांतर थे। तो जो एंट्री है सेवा कुंज में, ये सबके लिए नहीं है। यहाँ बहुत प्रेमी और कड़क मंजरियां एक से बढ़कर विलास मंजरी वैभव भी है इसमें, लेकिन विलास ये जीव गोस्वामी पाद है, ये रसक, ये जो जीव गोस्वामी पाद है ये भी साधारण नहीं है, टीकाचार्य है। और प्रथम नित्यानंद की शिष्य है जो पूरा नंदी में घूमे हुए हैं। रूप गोस्वामी का ऐसे कोई साधन इस प्रकार से एक आज जो है हम एक मिलन है आविर्भाव और गुरुदेव का मिलन है। इस प्रकार से एक संगम है, ठीक है। तो इसलिए आज यहीं पर समय का अभाव से मतलब प्रसाद के लिए देरी हो रहा है, तो फिर आगे
नमो नमः। गुरु पूजा करेंगे थोड़ा, आप ही करेंगे।